Hmm. Believe it or not, the UVC plastic pads made with harsh ingredients that itch and irritate their skin. Attention grades is set out to be the cleanest, highest performing incontinence product. And the difference is night and day. Women everywhere looking to attention grades. Our revolutionary line of skin safe incontinence liners, pads, and grease. They are tough on leaks, safe on skin, and gentle on the planet. Ready to upgrade your incontinence care? Attention grades. Now available at home and 1,500 supercenters nationwide. Simply Safe uses new sustainability facilities to protect every inch of your home. It's easy to set up yourself, and your partner doesn't even need to. Always protecting your comfort. Two easy approaches. That's like 20% professional monitoring for less than $1. Get 20% off any of your system with Fast Protect monitoring at simplysafe.com. There's no fee, no fee. And the difference is common everywhere, looking for attention breaks, evolutionary lessons, instinct, parasites, and the technically the one thing people do. Many times
Decisions with Kevin Elkins. Tomorrow morning. And good morning, Montgomery, Alabama. It is time to rise and shine once again. For once again, one more time, you're on top of the ground, and the ground's not on top of you. Good morning to you. I'm Kevin Elkins, and this is News Radio 1440. It is time for our daily bread. A word from on high, something that'll change your perspective, or at least give you a new one. Either way, it's good for the soul. Good morning to you. It is June the 5th, 2023 AD. Today's daily bread, it's simply entitled Seasons. And our scripture insight today comes from Ecclesiastes 3 1 through 14. Ecclesiastes 3 and 1 says, there's a time for everything, a season for every activity under the heavens. Govern yourselves accordingly. And again, it is June the 5th. It is a day that has never been, and it is a day that shall never, ever come again. And once it's gone, you don't get a do over. You don't get it back. You don't get to summon it from the past. You don't get to come back and do all the things that you're supposed to do today that you don't. And you certainly don't get a chance to come back and undo the things that you do. So, whatever it is that you do with this day, June the 5th, make sure that if tomorrow should be, you'll be proud of what you have done on this day. If you've lived a while, no doubt you've heard many, many yesterdays. And if we are blessed and given the grace and mercy of God, we may, I'm not sure, we may see some tomorrows. But if tomorrow should never be, then it is this day. That is the first day of the rest of our lives. What are we going to do with it? Well, whatever you do, whatever it is that you do with this day, make sure that you reach back and touch somebody else along the way. Give a hand to a man that could use it. Benjamin Jermaine said, whatever we do in life, we should do it so well, no man living, no man dead, no man yet to be born can do it any better. And I say if that is the standard by which you live your life, you'll always be successful. Oh, you'll fail at a thing or two. We all do. But you'll never be a failure until you quit. We say, give out if you must, rest if you can. But you never, ever, ever give up. You never quit. Because quitters, well, they never win. And while winners fail at something now and then, they will never be losers. Because you're never a loser until you quit. So keep moving. Martin Luther King said, if you cannot run, walk. If you cannot walk, crawl. But whatever you do, keep moving forward. Don't ever, ever give up. Again, quitters don't win. And winners, well, they may fail at a thing or two. They just don't quit. So don't you. And no matter what happens to you this day, remember this. It is a great day. An awesome day to be alive. Good morning to you. Seasons. That's our daily bread for this day, June the 5th, 2023. We'll be back after this brief message.
Welcome to our Daily Bread. I'm Sheridan Boise, and I've titled our reading today, Seasons. I recently came across a helpful word, wintering. Just as winter is a time of slowing down in much of the natural world, author Catherine May uses this word to describe our need to rest and recuperate during life's cold seasons. I found the analogy helpful after losing my father to cancer, which sapped me of energy for months. Resentful of this forced slowing down, I fought against my winter, praying summer's life would return. But I had much to learn. Ecclesiastes famously says there's a season for every activity under the heavens, a time to plant and to harvest, to weep and to laugh, to mourn and to dance. I had read these words for years, but only started to understand them in my wintering season. For though we have little control over them, each season is finite and will pass when its work is done. And while we can't always fathom what it is, God is doing something significant in us through them. My time of mourning wasn't over. When it was, dancing would return. Just as plants and animals don't fight winter, I needed to rest and let it do its renewing work. Lord, a friend prayed, would you do your good work in Sheridan during this difficult season? It was a better prayer than mine, for in God's hands, seasons are purposeful things. Let's submit to his renewing work in each one. Today's scripture reading is from Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verses 1 to 14. There is a time for everything, and a season for every activity under the heavens. A time to be born, and a time to die. A time to plant, and a time to uproot. A time to kill, and a time to heal. A time to tear down, and a time to build. A time to weep, and a time to laugh. A time to mourn, and a time to dance. A time to scatter stones, and a time to gather them. A time to embrace, and a time to refrain from embracing. A time to search, and a time to give up. A time to keep, and a time to throw away. A time to tear, and a time to mend. A time to be silent, and a time to speak. A time to love, and a time to hate. A time for war, and a time for peace. What do workers gain from their toil? I have seen the burden God has laid on the human race. He has made everything beautiful in its time. He has also set eternity in the human heart, yet no one can fathom what God has done from beginning to end. I know that there is nothing better for people than to be happy and to do good while they live, that each of them may eat and drink and find satisfaction in all their toil. This is the gift of God. I know that everything God does will endure forever. Nothing can be added to it, nothing taken from it. God does it so that people will fear him. Let's pray. Father God, we thank you that with you, seasons are purposeful things. Would you help us to discern what season we're in right now so we can hand it back to you? We can trust you, knowing that you're going to use this season really well for your glory and for our good. And so we submit it to you this very day. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Thanks for listening. I'm Sheridan Boise, and today's encouragement was provided by Our Daily Bread Ministries.
It's time to rise and shine, people in Montgomery, Alabama. Hey, it's Monday. You are on the wake-up list. Had a long night last night. Long night. But that's okay. I handle it. So it's time to rise and shine. Good morning, Z. Z's out there in the college world now, out there on ASU, hanging out and hanging with the big fours. Oh, here we go. We got to wake up. Here we go.
Gotta be rockin' top, whoa diddly, have you heard? Whoa diddly, have you heard?
We're gonna jump from a big iron bird.
Stand up, hook up, shuffle to the door.
Stand up, hook up, shuffle to the door. Jump right out and count to 4. Time to wake up, time to get up.
If my man
Don't open wide. Oh yeah. I got a reserve by my side. And rise and shine. All the way. Gotta be rough and tough. Air, boom. La-di, la, hey. Time to get up. Let's do it. Hey, la-di, la, hey. Oh, yeah. GI grits and a GI gravy. We're so glad we didn't join the Navy. Too much water. We're so glad that we're airborne. Hey, la-di, ho. What a way to wake up. All the way. Every day. All the way. Time to get up. PT's next. Oh, here we go. PT's next. All right, we got to do this.
hard work,
Oh.
hard work,
Oh.
hard work,
Everybody doing it right.
hard work,
Ooh, and what I say.
hard work, hard work,
Do it every day.
hard work,
I get up at a quarter to 3.
hard work,
Go and go to pay.
hard work,
Oh,
hard work,
go to work.
hard work,
That's what they say.
hard work,
Hard work, I earn my pay.
hard work,
Oh yeah.
hard work,
Make the call.
hard work,
Banging on the doors of the moon.
hard work,
Let's go to work.
hard work,
That's what they say.
hard work,
Hard work, I earn my pay.
hard work,
Oh yeah.
hard work,
Here we go.
hard work,
I'm ready to rock.
hard work,
That's what they say.
hard work,
That's what they say.
hard work,
We going on out.
hard work,
Oh yeah.
hard work,
Look 'em up on the airplane.
hard work,
In the early morning rain.
hard work,
That's what they say.
hard work,
Hard work, I earn my pay.
hard work,
Woo! Is it over yet?
hard
Okay.
work,
Hard work,
everybody
on the plane.
hard work,
Sit 'em on down.
hard work,
The engines are on.
hard work,
Oh.
commissions go, hard work,
That's what they say.
hard work,
Hard work, I do it for play.
hard work,
Oh.
earn my pay,
Is it over yet? Woo! Okay. All right. I did it. Okay. I did it. PT on Monday morning. We're going to do only PT 3 times a week, though, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Okay, because this is wearing out my knees. Anyway, good morning to you. It's time to rise and shine and pay homage to our armed forces of the United States of America. And being Alabama's only paratrooper on the airways, it is up to me to keep the tradition going, to honor those brave souls who go in harm's way, who go in places where others fear to tread. I take that responsibility seriously. Good morning to you. And also, we take responsibility seriously to honor our civilian partners, the Montgomery Police Department, the Montgomery Fire Department, the Sheriff Department, and Alabama, Alabama Law Enforcement, along with Alabama National Guard. Good morning, Sergeant Major, and the JAG, whatever they call her out there, whoever the general is out there. Good morning to her too. Good morning to the Chief of Police, and last but not least, the Mayor of the City of Montgomery, Mr. Reed, Stephen Reed. Lewis, that's his dad, I think. And no, that's Joe Reed. Stephen Lewis Reed, that's his name. Anyway, I know him. I like him. He's a Democrat, but, sometimes you got to compromise. So, anyway, good morning to y'all. Hope this day finds you well. I find you in good health. Find you feeling blessed this morning because you, my friend, got the wake-up call. Don't take it for granted. Do something with it. Positive. Good morning. And last but certainly not least, their motto is Semper Fidelis. But the Marines couldn't pronounce that, so they said Semper Fi. But whether it's Semper Fidelis or Semper Fi, it all means the same thing. Always, always faithful. Good morning to you, jarheads. It's time to rise and shine. Army, Navy, Coast Guard, Air Force. I forgot about those guys. Good morning, Maxwell. So how could I forget those guys? Oh well, not the first time. Yeah, how in the world can I forget Maxwell Air Force Base? They put the air in airborne. Unless you're a leg, and then you wouldn't know the difference between the chairborne or an airborne. Don't even worry about it. You got you. All right. Anyway, let's take a break. We'll come back. I know somebody said you just been on break. I hear you. I feel you. I feel you. And I feel you right here. But anyway, we're gonna play our audio part today on Admiral Raven, and it's about it's about how to make a difference in life. How to make a difference even when it gets tough. You can make a difference in people's lives. And the funny thing about it, you don't know sometimes if you're making a difference in people's lives. So always try to do your best no matter what it is that you do. And it's 6:33 in the morning. Take a break. We'll come back with the Admiral, one of America's top SEALs, in a minute to tell you how to make a difference in your life and others. We'll be back.
USFA First Alert Weather Forecast on News Radio 1440.
This report is sponsored by Window World River Region. Increase home value and decrease energy bills with windows, siding, doors, and more from your locally owned Window World. All products made in the USA with convenient financing options and the industry's strongest lifetime limited warranty. Search Window World River Region today.
Early mornings kick off in the mid and upper 60s, so mild and a little muggy. Afternoon highs climb to at least 90 for most towns each and every day, but a lot of you find your way into the low 90s during the hottest hours of each and every afternoon, and that's Monday through Friday, with about a 1 in 5 shot of a passing shower or storm each day due to the combination of afternoon heat and humidity. Doesn't rain all day, doesn't rain on everyone, but don't be caught off guard if you see a quick moving shower. And that's your First Alert forecast. I'm WSFA meteorologist Amanda Curran on News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Sons Automotive, family owned, family driven on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery Fire Department responding to a fire involved at Sonic. They're on Carter Hill at Narrow Lane. They're near Jimmy John, so please avoid that area. Outside of that, we're looking good. Interstate system's moving smoothly. Keep listening. We'll keep you posted. Summer's in full swing at Midtown Plaza. Have your eyebrows threaded at Z-Threading. Shop Ross Dress for Less, Dollar Tree, and more. Midtown Plaza and Street off of I-85. Another great McClinton and Company development. Buckle up. It's the law. For Montgomery Skywatch traffic, this is Major Delay.
The most popular team in Call of Duty esports just got a serious upgrade. For the past 4 months, Optic Texas has been without a coach and saw the retirement of their best player, Scump. Even with a negative recent history, Optic Texas has reached second place in the last 2 majors. Now, 3-time world champion Damon Karma Barlow takes the mantle of head coach. Will he be able to take Optic Texas to the top at the Call of Duty Championship this year?
The latest esports and gaming news. Find it online at checkpointxp.com.
There's a price war in the insurance business, and you may be paying too much. Call the Term Lifeline right now and see if you can save 40%. $500,000 plans and up, that's our specialty. Even great smokers rates. Protect your family today. Call the Term Lifeline right now for a free quote. 866-549-TERM, 866-549-TERM, 866-549-TERM.
Hey folks, this is Cassidy
and Mackenzie,
also known as the Wolf Girls. We have some exciting news. The warehouse relinquishment sale at the Rustic Outlet next to American Oak and More has been extended.
We have added more inventory.
Check out some of these deals.
Kitchen islands were $9.29, now $5.99.
Barstools were $89.
Good morning, Tim. Good morning, John. Good morning, Lynn. How you guys doing? Good. That's what we want to hear. Even though I didn't hear you.
King size bedroom was $29.39, now $15.17.
6-foot TV console was $6.99, now $4.28.
5-piece wall unit was $2,049, now $1,065.
Check it out online at AmericanOakandMore.com under the Warehouse Sale tab or on Facebook.
Hurry, these deals won't last long.
Shop the Rustic Furniture Outlet next to American Oak and More on Wetumpka Highway just south of the River Bridge.
Are summer projects already piling up on your property? Come see us at Sun South. We'll help you find the right equipment to meet your needs. And you don't have to sacrifice quality for affordability at Sun South, because John Deere equipment is built to last with the warranty to back it up. Right now, drive off in a new John Deere 1 Series with loader starting around $195 a month. For equipment to meet your needs, come see us at Sun South. Equipment for those that do.
Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details. June 30, 2023. Hi, I'm Dr. Anita Chandra with today's tip for kids from the American Academy of Pediatrics. Bedtime is a special time of day, a moment to connect with your child before going to sleep. After your child has brushed her teeth, read a book together, or talk a little about your day, and of course, tell her you love her. Having a routine every night helps your child structure her day, feel safe, and develop good sleep habits. Relationships matter. For more, talk with your pediatrician and visit healthychildren.org.
Russell Wilson here. The Play 60 United Way in the NFL are helping kids play at least 60 minutes a day.
Healthy kids.
To get involved, go to unitedway.org/play60. Donate. Are you guys going to do that every time?
Yes, of course.
Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
Telling it like it really is.
Just a fact, Jack.
It's the Dan Bongino Show, weekdays from 11 to 2 on News Radio 1440.
And we are back. Admiral McRaven, that's my audio piece. And then after all this, we'll get back to lessons of life and the word of the day. I was wondering, though, in India, they always have a lot of terrible train accidents over there. I mean, you would think riding on a train is pretty safe, safer than a car. But they lost 358 people the other day. I mean, come on. Can we not put a train thing together over there? We can build all this stuff, and I don't know. Sometimes that's a lot of people in one place. But anyway, I don't know. Anyway, we'll listen to the Admiral right here, and then we will come back after these messages.
I have a few suggestions that may help you on your way to a better world. And while these lessons were learned during my time in the military, I can assure you that it matters not whether you ever served a day in uniform. It matters not your gender, your ethnic or religious background, your orientation, or your social status. Our struggles in this world are similar, and the lessons to overcome those struggles and to move forward, changing ourselves and changing the world around us, will apply equally to all. So here are the 10 lessons I learned from basic SEAL training that hopefully will be of value to you as you move forward in life. Every morning in SEAL training, my instructors, who at the time were all Vietnam veterans, would show up in my barracks room, and the first thing they'd do was inspect my bed. If you did it right, the corners would be square, the covers would be pulled tight,
and it still wouldn't be good enough.
Just under the headboard, and the extra blanket folded neatly at the foot of the rack. It was a simple task, mundane at best, but every morning we were required to make our bed to perfection. It seemed a little ridiculous at the time, particularly in light of the fact that we were aspiring to be real warriors, tough, battle-hardened SEALs. But the wisdom of this simple act has been proven to me many times over. If you make your bed every morning, you will have accomplished the first task of the day. It will give you a small sense of pride, and will encourage you to do another task, and another, and another. And by the end of the day, that one task completed will have turned into many tasks completed. Making your bed will also reinforce the fact that the little things in life matter. If you can't do the little things right, you'll never be able to do the big things right. And if by chance you have a miserable day, you will come home to a bed that is made, that you made. And a made bed gives you encouragement that tomorrow will be better. So if you want to change the world, start off by making your bed. During SEAL training, the students are all broken down into boat crews. Each crew is 7 students, 3 on each side of a small rubber boat, and 1 coxswain to help guide the dinghy. Every day, your boat crew forms up on the beach and is instructed to get through the surf zone and paddle several miles down the coast. In the winter, the surf off San Diego can get to be 8 to 10 feet high, and it is exceedingly difficult to paddle through the plunging surf unless everyone digs in. Every paddle must be synchronized to the stroke count of the coxswain. Everyone must exert equal effort, or the boat will turn against the wave and be unceremoniously dumped back on the beach. For the boat to make it to its destination, everyone must paddle. You can't change the world alone. You will need some help. And to truly get from your starting point to your destination takes friends, colleagues, the goodwill of strangers, and a strong coxswain to guide you. If you want to change the world, find someone to help you paddle. Over a few weeks of difficult training, my SEAL class, which started with 150 men, was down to just 42. There were now 6 boat crews of 7 men each. I was in the boat with the tall guys, but the best boat crew we had was made up of the little guys, the Munchkin crew, we call them. No one was over 5'5". The Munchkin boat crew had 1 American Indian, 1 African American, 1 Polish American, 1 Greek American, 1 Italian American, and 2 tough kids from the Midwest. They out-paddled, outran, and outswam all the other boat crews. The big men in the other boat crews would always make good-natured fun of the tiny little flippers the Munchkins put on their tiny little feet prior to every swim. But somehow these little guys, from every corner of the nation and the world, always had the last lap, swimming faster than everyone and reaching the shore long before the rest of us. SEAL training was a great equalizer. Nothing mattered but your will to succeed, not your color, not your ethnic background, not your education, not your social status. If you want to change the world, measure a person by the size of their heart, not by the size of their flippers.
Amen.
Several times a week, the instructors would line up the class and do a uniform inspection. It was exceptionally thorough. Your hat had to be perfectly starched, your uniform immaculately pressed, your belt buckle shiny and void of any smudges. But it seemed that no matter how much effort you put into starching your hat, or pressing your uniform, or polishing your belt buckle, it just wasn't good enough. The instructors would find something wrong. For failing uniform inspection, the student had to run, fully clothed, into the surf zone, then wet from head to toe, roll around on the beach until every part of your body was covered with sand. The effect was known as
sugar cookie.
You stayed in the uniform the rest of the day, cold, wet, and sandy. There were many a student who just couldn't accept the fact that all their efforts were in vain, that no matter how hard they tried to get the uniform right, it went unappreciated. Those students didn't make it through training. Those students didn't understand the purpose of the drill. You were never going to succeed. You were never going to have a perfect uniform. The instructors weren't going to allow it. Sometimes, no matter how well you prepare or how well you perform, you still end up as a sugar cookie. It's just the way life is sometimes. If you want to change the world, get over being a sugar cookie and keep moving forward. Every day during training, you were challenged with multiple physical events: long runs, long swims, obstacle courses, hours of calisthenics, something designed to test your mettle. Every event had standards, times you had to meet. If you failed to meet those times, those standards, your name was posted on a list, and at the end of the day, those on the list were invited to a circus. A circus was 2 hours of additional calisthenics, designed to wear you down, to break your spirit, to force you to quit. No one wanted a circus. A circus meant that for that day, you didn't measure up. A circus meant more fatigue, and more fatigue meant that the following day would be more difficult, and more circuses were likely. But sometime during SEAL training, everyone made the circus list. But an interesting thing happened to those who were constantly on the list. Over time, those students who did 2 hours of extra calisthenics got stronger and stronger. The pain of the circuses built inner strength and physical resiliency. Life is filled with circuses. You will fail. You will likely fail often. It will be painful. It will be discouraging. At times, it will test you to your very core. But if you want to change the world, don't be afraid of the circuses. At least twice a week, the trainees were required to run the obstacle course. The obstacle course contained 25 obstacles, including a 10-foot wall, a 30-foot cargo net, a barbed wire crawl, to name a few. But the most challenging obstacle was the slide for life. It had a 3-level, 30-foot tower at one end and a 1-level tower at the other. In between was a 200-foot long rope. You had to climb the 3-tiered tower, and once at the top, you grabbed the rope, swung underneath the rope, and pulled yourself hand over hand until you got to the other end. The record for the obstacle course had stood for years when my class began in 1977. The record seemed unbeatable, until one day a student decided to go down the slide for life head first. Instead of swinging his body underneath the rope and inching his way down, he bravely mounted the top of the rope and thrust himself forward. It was a dangerous move, seemingly foolish and fraught with risk. Failure could mean injury and being dropped from the course. Without hesitation, the student slid down the rope perilously fast. Instead of several minutes, it only took him half that time. And by the end of the course, he had broken the record. If you want to change the world, sometimes you have to slide down the obstacles head first. During the land warfare phase of training, the students are flown out to San Clemente Island, which lies off the coast of San Diego. The waters off San Clemente are a breeding ground for the great white sharks. To pass SEAL training, there are a series of long swims that must be completed. One is the night swim. Before the swim, the instructors joyfully brief the students on all the species of sharks that inhabit the waters off San Clemente. They assure you, however, that no student has ever been eaten by a shark, at least not that they can remember. But you are also taught that if a shark begins to circle your position, stand your ground. Do not swim away. Do not act afraid. And if the shark, hungry for a midnight snack, darts towards you, then summons up all your strength and punch him in the snout, and he will turn and swim away. There are a lot of sharks in the world. If you hope to complete the swim, you will have to deal with them. So if you want to change the world, go back down from the sharks.
Go back down from the sharks.
As Navy SEALs, one of our jobs is to conduct underwater attacks against enemy shipping. We practice this technique extensively during training. The ship attack mission is where a pair of SEAL divers is dropped off outside an enemy harbor and then swims well over 2 miles underwater, using nothing but a depth gauge and a compass to get to the target. During the entire swim, even well below the surface, there is some light that comes through. It is comforting to know that there is open water above you. But as you approach the ship, which is tied to a pier, the light begins to fade. The steel structure of the ship blocks the moonlight. It blocks the surrounding street lamps. It blocks all ambient light. To be successful in your mission, you have to swim under the ship and find the keel, the center line, and the deepest part of the ship. This is your objective. But the keel is also the darkest part of the ship, where you cannot see your hand in front of your face, where the noise from the ship's machinery is deafening, and where it gets to be easily disoriented, and you can fail. Every SEAL knows that under the keel, at that darkest moment of the mission, is a time when you need to be calm, when you must be calm, when you must be composed, when all your tactical skills, your physical power, and your inner strength must be brought to bear. If you want to change the world, you must be your very best in the darkest moments. The 9th week of training is referred to as Hell Week. It is 6 days of no sleep, constant physical and mental harassment, and one special day at the Mud Flats. The Mud Flats are an area between San Diego and Tijuana where the water runs off and creates the Tijuana Sloughs, a swampy patch of terrain where the mud will engulf you. It is on Wednesday of Hell Week that you paddle down to the Mud Flats and spend the next 15 hours trying to survive the freezing cold, the howling wind, and the incessant pressure to quit from the instructors. As the sun began to set that Wednesday evening, my training class, having committed some egregious infraction of the rules, was ordered into the mud. The mud consumed each man till there was nothing visible but our heads. The instructors told us we could leave the mud if only 5 men would quit. Only 5 men, just 5 men, and we could get out of the oppressive cold. Looking around the mud flat, it was apparent that some students were about to give up. It was still over 8 hours till the sun came up. 8 more hours of bone-chilling cold. The chattering teeth and the shivering moans of the trainees were so loud, it was hard to hear anything. And then one voice began to echo through the night. One voice raised in song. The song was terribly out of tune, but sung with great enthusiasm. One voice became 2. And 2 became 3, and before long, everyone in the class was singing. The instructors threatened us with more time in the mud if we kept up the singing, but the singing persisted. And somehow the mud seemed a little warmer, and the wind a little tamer, and the dawn not so far away. If I have learned anything in my time traveling the world, it is the power of hope. The power of one person, a Washington, a Lincoln, King, Mandela, and even a young girl from Pakistan, Malala. One person can change the world by giving people hope. So if you want to change the world, start singing when you're up to your neck in mud. Finally, in SEAL training, there's a bell. A brass bell that hangs in the center of the compound for all the students to see. All you have to do to quit, is ring the bell. Ring the bell, and you no longer have to wake up at 5 o'clock. Ring the bell, and you no longer have to be in the freezing cold swims. Ring the bell, and you no longer have to do the runs, the obstacle course, the PT, and you no longer have to endure the hardships of training. All you have to do is ring the bell to get out.
Ring the bell.
If you want to change the world, don't ever
ring the bell.
Ring the bell.
Never.
Easy. Start each day with a task completed. Find someone to help you through life. Respect everyone. Know that life is not fair and that you will fail often. But if you take some risks, step up when the times are the toughest, face down the bullies, lift up the downtrodden, and never, ever give up. If you do these things, the next generation and the generations that follow will live in a world far better than the one we have today. And what started here will indeed have changed the world for the better. Thank you very much.
Never, ever ring the bell. Although I will tell you there have been times. Woo! Good morning, everybody. Hope this day finds you well. I don't even think I have enough time to go through my lessons of life this hour. So if you're out there and you want to call, you can, I guess, because don't be stupid with your call, but if you just want to say good morning to the folks in Montgomery this morning, I'll let you do it this morning because I don't have enough time to do my other stuff in this hour. Never ever ring the bell. I remember, and whether those who believe me or not doesn't really make a difference at all. When I remember getting to Fort Lewis in 1979, just leaving jump school at Fort Benning, and I figure I'm gonna get there, and I didn't know what to figure. I'm just gonna get there, get my rag, get my bed, get my 3 hots in a cot, and be part of the 2nd and the 75th Ranger Battalion. I figured that's all it was, just get there, get my beret. No, you had to earn that beret. you just didn't get there and get a chance to put it on. No. You had to go through some. Now you just got done getting pushed to your mental limits in jump school, and then you get there. It ain't like SEAL schools. Don't get me wrong. It ain't like SEAL schools because I wasn't gonna do that rank. That water thing. That's what kept me out of SEAL training. Besides the fact I probably wouldn't have made it anyway. There's too much water. I don't know. Talking about the keel under the boat. You'd have had a hard time to get me on top of the boat. Although I was on the USS Kitty Hawk one time. But you get there and you just what was I, E2, PFC, whatever I was. So you get there, and then they have you at what's called RIP, and it's called Ranger Indoctrination Program. You have to go through that when you get to battalion, because you don't just get there and show up and say, okay, I'm here. No, they don't play that. They got to see if you have at least the beginnings of what it takes to be there. So I went through, I thought I was going to a nice barracks and all that stuff. No. I'm on Norfolk in old barracks and none of that good stuff in it, wooden floors, everything. We're just dealing with, right? So there I was. And the N-word came across quite a bit down there back in the day. It was what it was. Matter of fact, I heard that word so much that I thought that was my name. So I went down there, I went through that, but I wasn't going to quit. If they were going to push me out, now at first I did. At first I said, to hell with this. I'm not going to put up with this. But then I never will forget a man who, the reason why I'm here today, halfway, at least I finished something. And that was Command Sergeant Major George Conrad. At the time, he was Sergeant First Class Conrad. Had been to Vietnam and everything. And so we were, he sat me down in a chair. He said, Private Elkins? I said, yes, sir. Do you believe that if the enemy catches you, do you believe that the worst thing's gonna happen to you that somebody calls you the N-word? We didn't say N-word, we just used the word. You know what I mean? He said, well, no, that's probably true. It'll probably be a little worse. So he told me to get my ass off his chair, out of his office, and go back to training. So that's what I did, because I realized he made me realize something. No matter how bad it is, no matter what they call you, whatever the case may be, if you get caught, it's going to be a lot worse than somebody calling you the N-word. Okay, I dealt with that. Then they told me to get my tail out of there. Anyway, well, we'll be back. Tell you more later. Never, ever give up.
Elkins personally depend on an offensive type baseball team with strong
This World News Roundup. Indeed.com.
I'm Monica Ricks in New York. This morning, the NTSB is investigating the crash of a small plane in Western Virginia. CBS's Candy McCormick has the latest from Washington. The plane's pilot was unresponsive as it flew toward Long Island, New York, and then turned unexpectedly toward the nation's capital. Military F-16s were scrambled, and Cessna eventually crashed in Western Virginia with 4 people on board. There were no survivors. Federal investigators will now arrive at the crash scene and try to determine what happened. China is defending its decision to buzz an American warship this weekend in Taiwan, warning the West to stay out of its waters. But now the U.S. is responding. Here's CBS's Elizabeth Palmer.
The U.S. sees routine air and sea patrols as very much its own business, where China's strengthened military muscle in the Pacific. America and its allies want to underscore their position that this is international space open to everyone.
Looks like Prince Harry won't be in court taking on tabloids today in Britain after all.
I'm Vicky Barker in London. No sign of Prince Harry in the courtroom today. The judge expressing surprise. Was typical English understatement. All those testifying in the Philadelphia trials had been asked to be present when their individual cases came up with Harry's past. The lawyer says the prince left California late to attend daughter Elizabeth's 2nd birthday.
Republican presidential candidates joined Senator Joni Ernst for her Roast or Ride event this weekend in Iowa. Former President Trump was not among them, so Florida Governor Ron DeSantis took a bit of a swipe at him.
There is no substitute for victory, and we need to dispense with the culture of losing.
The candidates all covered conservative talking points, from criticizing the Biden administration to border security and abortion. Some bans are being lifted now for folks in Canada, where several wildfires are still burning out of control.
The travel ban will be lifted, except for evacuated areas. We will continue to respect the evacuation orders.
That's Nova Scotia Premier Tim Houston. A wildfire there has already destroyed at least 50 homes. Video of the children's choir being cut off while singing the Star Spangled Banner at the U.S. Capitol is now going viral on social media. Last month, the Russian Brook Children's Choir says they were told by Capitol Police that their performance was considered a demonstration and could be offensive to some people.
The national anthem. What the
Police accused they were unaware that
what the hell?
the choir had been invited by several local senators. This is CBS News.
If you're offended by the national anthem, kick your ass out of town.
You need Indeed. Their powerful platform helps
The national anthem offends you, take your ass back to someplace else. What is
This
that?
episode of Ion Travel is brought to you by Viking, providing all-inclusive voyages on rivers,
You know what? There was
and
some
lakes
kids who
around
sang
the
the national
world,
anthem.
designed for curious travelers
And they were
with
pulled
interest in
off
science,
the stage
history,
because somebody said that it may be a
Viking travelers often
Washington,
says
D.C.
waking up with experiences.
Oh yeah, they were in the capital. Something that stopped. By the time you can get your ass out, that's what it is. Get your ass
New temperature regulating tablet. Here's a limited time buy one get one free offer using promo code COMFORT. Proudly made in the USA, 10-year warranty, over 60-day money back guarantee. Visit mypillow.com, click Radio Podcast Square for the BOGO deal. Use promo code COMFORT or call 1-800-976-6949 now.
Hollywood Union reaches a deal. The Directors Guild of America reached a 3-year deal with Hollywood Studios and increases wages, residuals, scales back hours, and more. The DG began negotiations with studios last month amid the ongoing Writers Guild strike, which is now in its 5th week.
It's unclear what effect, if any, the DGA tentative new agreement will have on striking writers, and the SAG-AFTRA union could soon be in the same boat. That union begins contract talks with the Alliance of Motion Picture and Television Producers on Wednesday. Its contract expires at the end of the month. Matt Piper, CBS News.
You know, most people don't need to hear this, but police in Missouri are reminding folks not to wrestle bears. A black bear has been spotted wandering around the city of Salem. So police posted a warning on its social media page not to touch, feed, or wrestle it. Because
let him wrestle a bear.
is illegal. It's a misdemeanor.
Yeah, let him do it. Yeah, let him wrestle that bear.
Yeah.
And then I down there, him and the bear make belong to the same person.
Come see us at Sunset. We'll help you find the right equipment to meet your needs. And you don't have to sacrifice quality for affordability at Sunset. John, equipment and that. Right now, drive off and move on to your one.
Oh, well, and 705. 705. 705. Offensive. My Lord, what we coming to in America.
Is the voice of the conservative millennial. The Ben Shapiro Show, Monday night at 8 p.m. on News Radio 1440. Depend on it.
All right. It is a great day to be alive. It's a Monday morning. School is out. My son has his first day on campus, just hanging out there. I don't know what's going on. He don't really talk a whole lot. I'm sure they want to make him mad one day. He doesn't talk a whole lot as it is. But he is, upward bound, as a matter of fact. It's a program that takes kids potentially who, seek further in their education after high school and show their potential to be able to do that. And they let them stay on campus for a couple of weeks out there just to get a feel of what the atmosphere is like. What I like about it, they feed them free. It's a federal program, which is, they feed them free. Taking heat off the old grocery bill there. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Take the heat off the grocery bill. And he is I think he's getting acclimated to this. I got to worry about this thing. Somebody asked me, was I a helicopter parent? I mean, always hovering over. I got to tell you though, no matter how old they get, I mean, at least up to this point now, I don't helicopter over Emmanuel. Emmanuel's 32 years old. Whatever you got to do, he got to do it. But I must admit, it's kind of, when you allow your kids to go do something by themselves, no matter how old they are, it's still kind of, it's not like you're like abandoning them or something like that. Last night when I walked on campus, I said, okay, this is part of the program here, so I'm just gonna be okay. He can probably survive better than I can at the moment. At 18-14-4 is a number. You got something on your mind, you want to talk about this, we got a lot of things. I was listening to a national story where the Capitol Police wouldn't let the folks who were invited to sing the national anthem. They said that, and this is where our country is coming to, and you're wondering why we got oath keepers and people like this. You wonder why they told these kids that they could not sing the national anthem of the United States of America. You know why? They needed permission to sing the national anthem because some people may be offended. Up theirs, okay? If they're offended by the national anthem, they need to get their ass out of the United States of America. Okay, be gone. If black folks can sing for the national anthem, considering our history here, nobody should be offended. Okay, we got a lot of folks. A friend of mine just left. A friend of mine just left France, looking at the graveyards where all those Americans are buried over there, uh, defending what that national anthem stands for. You know, seriously. I mean, this is what's going to tear America apart. It's going to be you're going to, who the hell's going to be offended by listening to the national anthem? And if they are, can we find their home of origin and give their ass a free ticket over there? Can we do some of that? Can we listen? I will. Matter of fact, what we need is a GoFundMe for everybody who gets offended by the national anthem or saluting the flag and all that stuff. We need to GoFundMe. Let me give to it, and that way you get your ass out of here. Seriously, you don't need to be here. Really, you don't. You know, and that's the problem. A lot of folks come to America. They're not coming to America to be Americans. They're coming to America to get what America has. They're not coming here to be an American. They don't want to be an American. Get here, get the moolah, get the little bit of money and all that good stuff. And they don't want to be an American because America is more than about money. It's about an ideology. Okay, a fair play. We know sometimes it don't happen. I got you. We didn't say we were perfect. Anyway, 860-1440 is the number here. I got a lot of things to talk. Well, not a whole lot of things to talk about this morning. But I do have some. Let me go to the phone here and see who's here. Good morning. Who's this? Hello. All right. Good morning. Yes. Yes, ma'am. Mhm. Mm. All right, my dear. I can understand sometimes it gets frustrating because we don't. It look like people. It look like I don't know. People don't raise kids anymore. I guess the kids raise themselves. Good morning. Yes, Mr. Ed. Mm-hmm. All right, there, Mr. Ed. Somebody made a pronouncement, an interesting thing that today is, and here, the schizophrenic personality of the South sometimes just gets to me. I don't quite understand the hula bala sometimes of renaming schools and when you rename the great base of Fort Benning for political reasons, or Fort Bragg, where many of us have served, for a political conquest, and then turn around. Now, that's what today is. Today is June the 7th. Okay. You know what it is? It is a state holiday in Alabama. The day is set aside to mark the birthday of Jefferson Davis, who served as president of the Confederate States from 1861 to 1865. Now, I personally don't care whether or not it's Jefferson Davis there or not. I don't care. But we can't have it both ways. Okay, we can't be politically conscious on one side and say, well, Davis was born June the 3rd, 1808 in Kentucky and later represented Mississippi in Congress before serving as U.S. Secretary of War under President Franklin Pierce. But it just seemed to me that we we say one on one hand, and then so we're gonna name my son's school, rename the school after that was named after Robert E. Lee. But today is a state holiday for the Confederacy. Okay, now me personally, I don't have a problem with the Confederacy. I wasn't here. My great grandfolks, I guess, put up with that crap and whatever, but I haven't put up with any of that stuff. Because they sacrificed their freedoms and whatever case may be. But we're schizophrenic in the state. We really are. In the United States, in Washington the other day, they wouldn't let kids sing the national anthem because somebody would have been offended. They are going to start another civil war in America. I'm just telling you, people are not going to put up with this. Okay, you either come to America to be an American, and if you're offended by the national anthem, put your ass out. Get a bus ticket, a plane, a boat, whatever it takes for you to get the hell out of here. Then that's where you need to go, back to where you're from. And if you from here and you still got an attitude, I think we can get a ticket for you anywhere, just about anywhere you want to go. Okay, that's what I'm saying. So we got some issues in this country, and it's all brought on by the Democrats. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Good morning. Yes, I'm doing fine. Amen to that. mm. Mm. Okay. All right. All right. Orange Day. All right then. It is 7:19 in the morning. We got to be there by 7:30. Got 11 minutes by which to arrive. Good morning. Pretty good. Hmm. Well, not if we want to be right. Not if we want to be one nation. Not if we want to be one nation. So, well, I think here's my deal. Right. Here's my deal. That's true. No, I mean you can have. I hear you. You can have your own personal. You can have your own personal heroes. I don't care who you. Right, and I hear. But but again, do you realize that there are people who think Bonnie and Clyde were heroes? People can have their own personal hero, but the state of Alabama should not. No, listen, it doesn't change, yeah, but we're not promoting it. People make heroes out of who they want to, but the state of Alabama, the state, I know, but the state of Alabama, I hear you, but the state of Alabama should not hold this as a holiday. But if Joe Blow wants to think that Nathan Bedford Forrest or Jefferson Davis is cool, that's cool. You have your personal hero. But the state of Alabama, if we trying to get this place, one nation under God, I don't think the state needs to keep celebrating this. Yeah. Yeah, and I agree. I let it go, bro. Let it go. Okay. Again, if your personal hero is up to you. Me, I'm a Spock fan. I think Spock is a hero. You know, but I don't think we need a. I don't think we need a day to celebrate Spock, Mr. Spock. That's right, Star Trek. Star Trek. Yeah, I think he's a hero. He never get messed around. He never got uncouth. He was always calm and collected. See, I think we ought to have a Spock hero, Spock Day. Personally, that's just me. I'm a Spock guy. Anyway, let us take a break, and we'll come back. I forgot the lesson of life and the word of the day as soon as we get back. Okay, we'll be back.
Forecast on News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by AC by Luquire. AC by Luquire is celebrating 40 years of comfort. They've proudly serviced the river region since 1983. Contact them for your heating, cooling, and plumbing needs. Visit acbyluquire.com for a list of services and offers today. That's acbyluquire.com. License number A4417.
Early mornings kick off in the mid and upper 60s, so mild and a little muggy. Afternoon highs climb to at least 90 for most counties next day, but a lot of you find your way to the low 90s during the hottest hours of each and every afternoon, and that's Monday through Friday, with about a 1 in 5 shot of a passing shower or storm each day due to the combination of afternoon heat and humidity. Doesn't rain all day, doesn't rain on everyone, but don't be caught off guard if you see a quick moving shower. And that's your first alert forecast. I'm WSFA meteorologist Amanda Curran on News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Sons Automotive, family owned, family driven on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. Got a couple things going on. Got an accident on Chantilly Parkway just past 85 eastbound. Also an accident on 65 southbound, milepost 190. That's just north of the top Prattville exit, so please use caution there. If you see something else giving you trouble with traffic, simply contact us. We'll pass the info along. Appreciate your help. Larry Live Oak, he's been insuring the river region since 1988, customizing your insurance needs to the perfect plan. Live Oak Insurance, 4791 Main Street in Millbrook, or calling 285-2881. Buckle up, it's the law. From Montgomery Skywatch Traffic, this is Major Delay.
Take News Radio 1440 with you everywhere on your AM dial at 1440, on 95.1 HD3 on FM, through our app on the App Store, or through your Alexa or Google smart home device.
Ever wonder why your business doesn't show up on online search maps, but your competitors do? It's hundreds of things. Things that Cumulus Boost can identify and fix. And that's how we boost your findability. CumulusBoost.com. CUMULUS Boost.com.
Hi, I'm Dr. Anita Chandra with today's tip for kids from the American Academy of Pediatrics. As a parent, it can be scary to hand the car keys to your teenager. To help your teen stay safe, be a good role model and follow traffic laws yourself. Set rules for your teen, including wearing a seatbelt, driving only during the day, and with limited distractions, including from their passengers. Finally, make sure your teen knows it is never okay to text and drive. For a sample driving agreement for teens, visit healthychildren.org.
Tired of the endless bickering and name-calling of most political talk shows? Seriously, shut up. That's why Caleb Copeland hosts Tactics on the News Radio 1440 Facebook page and YouTube. As a national debate finalist and minister, Caleb uses simple reason to make solid arguments and teaches you how to do the same. Watch the Tactics podcast Monday through Thursdays at 6 p.m. online, or listen to the Best of show Saturday mornings at 9 on News Radio 1440. Depend on it.
I'm Ed Horn, author of The Kindness Revolution. My wife and I enjoyed a wonderful dinner last week with friends we hadn't seen in a long time. The next day, I sent a text message letting them know how much we enjoyed being with them. That same day, we received a handwritten note, which they delivered to our mailbox, letting us know how much they had enjoyed our dinner, along with an article we had discussed. That note and that effort means a lot to me, and it should. The fact they had taken the time to write and deliver a heartfelt note sure made my little text message seem somewhat indifferent. In today's high-tech, low-touch world, how refreshing it is to get a thoughtful, handwritten note once in a while. Well, it's enough to inspire me. I'm ordering stationery and getting in the handwritten note business today, and I hope I can make someone's world a little kinder. To learn more, visit out at thekindnessrevolution.net.
These fans, text and tape are back.
In church? And then my poor mother had to yell back at this lady, what happened in Raleigh?
Tate Frazier are two basketball diehards talking NBA, NCAA, and all things sports.
They don't know anyone. Yes, they don't know anything. Yeah. What is wrong with these guys? And to that we would say,
listen and subscribe to Titus and Tate free wherever you get your podcasts from the West 21 Podcast Network, where the conversation starts.
Because without strength, you lose hope.
You lose hope.
We will rise above.
To prevent, improve, or manage conflict, go to residentjudge.org.
He is the voice of the conservative millennium. It's the Bureau Show, tonight at 8 p.m. on News Radio 1440. Depend on it.
It's 7:28 in the morning. We're going to get to all this stuff later because I can't. The lesson of life has got to be taken today. Good morning to you. I number 81440. Want to get started? All right, let me get. Every year I have this pet peeve about this, and I realize that some people think I'm mean, but I do have a pet peeve. I get so tired of seeing little kids on Facebook and play some of they graduated. Okay. Okay, listen, that is not a graduation. Okay, you don't graduate from kindergarten to the first grade. You step up. Okay, if this is not your last year in high school, that is your official graduation. Okay, we give these kids so many graduations now. Hell, why go to the 12th grade? You already graduated 8 times already. I mean, do you really need another one? Come on, man. Let's stop pushing these things as graduates. Let's call them step-ups. Okay, let's call them step-ups. You have moved up, but you have not graduated. Okay, Matter of fact, the way we're looking at things now, even most of our kids get out of traditional high school. We can't even really call that a graduation these days. Okay, you don't graduate from the 6th grade to the 7th grade. Okay, you move up from the 6th grade. Okay, so we can call these things step up celebration. I'm with you. But let's stop devaluing the word graduation by calling people who graduate from the kindergarten to the 1st grade, they graduate. Give me a break. Okay? Give me a break. And the guy get to the 6th grade, so I'm done. I said, what do you mean you're done? I just graduated last week from the 5th grade to the 6th grade. So you don't think you need any more? Like I said, I graduated. Okay, I'm just saying. Am I the only guy in town who think that's stupid? No, we just want to make sure our kids know it's called promotion. Well, then let's call it a promotions ceremony. Let's stop calling it graduation. It is not relevant. The only graduation in your life that matters is high school. That's the first one. That's the only one that matters. All the rest of that crap don't matter. Okay, so you get some donuts, you get a little Kool-Aid to go with it, you feel good about it, and then you go home and you feel like you done some damn break. Okay, let us, if we're gonna, we devalue the graduation of our seniors by telling everybody else they graduated. You don't graduate from kindergarten. I'm just saying. So am I the only guy in town that thinks that? Okay, all over Facebook, graduation, right? And I got 2 little grandkids that quote unquote graduated too. It's not a graduation. Although I let them hear it. I didn't get them something. I just don't call it graduation. Let's call it promotion. Okay, you have been promoted from the 1st grade to the 2nd grade, 2nd grade to the 3rd, 3rd to the 4th, 4th to the 5th, and so on and so on. Let's stop. I mean, you just don't know how bad you devalue these kids graduation. They go through 12 years of hell. Some of them especially going to leave, and you finally figure how to get out of there, and you just figure you did the same thing that the kindergartner did. Give me a break. Anybody disagree with me on that? 860-1440. Good morning. Who's this? No, because they couldn't have hardly nobody to go, so didn't get a chance to go. They were limited in the people because they were limited into the people that could come. I said they were limited to the people because of the COVID protocol. Some of these places still have the COVID protocol. Yeah, my grandkids love they fall. I'm just telling you. But I still ain't gonna call it. I still ain't gonna call it graduation though. They got holiday today. I didn't know it. It's Jefferson Davis' birthday, some crap like that. Yeah. Now I don't know. It's a state holiday. It's not a federal holiday, so I don't know if Mexico or not. Yeah, I don't have much money in there because why worry about it? Mm-hmm. Well, I can't tell. I can't tell you that. Well, no, but that's that. It just depends on the per. I do believe what, no, but we've done. Hey, can we have a conversation here? I believe that it should. I believe it should be taught, but it should be starting in the 9th grade. There's no reason in the world to drag our kids back to 1962 and 42, 52. They know nothing about it. Well, they all know if they believe in the Bible and they see the kids, they know what's right and wrong. And I've been called some too. Yeah. Okay. But wait a minute. Have you ever? Wait a minute. Okay. I want to be honest with you. let's be honest. Let's be honest. Have you ever called somebody a name out their name in a different color? Okay then. Okay. So did I. So as coming up, there's some things. There's some things that are just going to happen. Again, let me get worded. In the ninth grade, when your brain's a little bit more mature and you can digest that information. Okay, I'm with you. But there's no reason in the world to teach a kindergartner that. But you know how you got there, and your job. I know, but your job is to your. I know. Listen, I don't want to hear about that anyway. Because it just yeah, yeah. Okay. And you use the words too. You wait a minute. You okay, that's their problem. That's their problem though. No, no, when somebody hit him in the mouth one day, he'll understand he shouldn't use that word. Yeah, I mean, he'll be all right. He'll learn. Good morning, who's this? Yes, sir. Mhm. I bet you have. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Let it go. Mm. But it is somewhat contrary if you have this day, but then you turn around and listen. You know these son of guns are changing the name of Fort Bragg and Fort Benning. You know, and then you talk about because of political correctness, that we gonna still sit here and celebrate. I mean, come on, it's crazy to me. Yes, sir. Yeah. What the day they gonna take us over? Yeah, they do. They do. And to defend it against all enemies, foreign and domestic. Mm. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, yeah, it's us. And right now we have a our leadership in this country right now is just it is yeah it's not yeah. I mean yesterday they stopped kids from singing the national anthem and their excuse was somebody might be offended. What the hell? I mean, yeah, right. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. You're gonna get some repercussions. Airborne, brother. Airborne. Let me see, man. Oh, there we go. Good morning. Yes. All right. Good morning. Who's this? All right. Good morning. Good morning. Mhm. Right. Mhm. Mhm. Right. Right. Mhm. Right. Yeah, I don't think they do. I don't think they're working out too good. But, yeah, all this is kind of prevention. Mhm. All right. I appreciate you. I'll take my last break at 7:44 in the morning. We'll be back.
by Discover. Discover credit cards do something pretty awesome at the end of your first year. They automatically double all the cash back you've earned. That's right. Everything you've earned, double. The cash back for trips, restaurants, all doubled. Seriously though, see terms and check it out for yourself at discover.com/match.
Early mornings kick off in the mid and upper 60s, so mild and a little muggy. Afternoon highs climb to at least 90 for most towns each and every day, but a lot of you find your way to the low 90s during the hottest hours of each and every afternoon, and that's Monday through Friday, with about a 1 in 5 shot of a passing shower or storm each day due to the combination of afternoon heat and humidity. Doesn't rain all day, doesn't rain on everyone, but don't be caught off guard if you see a quick moving shower. And that's your first alert forecast. I'm WSFA meteorologist Amanda Curran on News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Sons Automotive, family owned, family driven on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. Right now, things are looking good. Nothing's being reported right now that would send you on an alternate route. If you see something out there giving you trouble with traffic, simply contact us. We'll pass the info along, and we do appreciate everybody's help. From a simple patient transport to life and death situations, Hayes Ambulance is there for you both on the ground and in the air. Hayes Ambulance, ready at a moment's notice. Buckle up, it's the law. For Montgomery Skywatch traffic, this is Major Delay.
Another Guardian Credit Union store.
Hey, so what are we doing with your hair today? I need a trim, a new dishwasher, and a much-needed vacation. Do you see any grays?
Sounds like you need a personal loan. My friend just got a loan from Guardian Credit Union, and he used it to upgrade his kitchen appliances.
That's what I need to do.
Guardian has great rates and a friendly team that makes payments affordable.
Perfect. I guess stylists really can fix everything.
Connect with Guardian for all your lending needs.
I'm Martin Hope, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I've told you about how your nose is the body's air filter. That Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs, and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Haley, quote, Navage is the best thing I've bought. I love it. My nose feels so clear now and I can breathe. I've been struggling with a stuffy nose for weeks. I bought Navage and it's amazing. Or this one. I use Navage every night, could not imagine life without it. I have 5 cats, and before I found Navage, I was a clogged mess, and I breathe so much better, unquote. Those are 2 of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
Summer's here. Temperatures are soaring, and unfortunately, so is the risk of developing skin cancer. The sun's harmful ultraviolet rays can damage your skin if it's not protected properly. So when you're out in the sun this summer, make sure to wear your protective clothing, like hats and long sleeves, and repeatedly reapply sunscreen.
This is State Health Officer Dr. Scott Harris. For more information, visit our website, www.alabamapublichealth.gov.
Hey, is that a faucet running? Nope, that's not a faucet. That's a river rushing through the forest. It is? Yeah, forest rivers provide over 100 million people with clean water to drink. The water comes straight from the forest to us. In fact. What? I can't hear you because of the vacuum. That's not a vacuum. That's the trees in the forest cleaning up the air we breathe. How do trees clean the air? They soak up the dirty air on their leaves, branches, and trunks, which means clean air for us. Cool. I didn't know that. Yep. The forest does more than birds to listen to and trees to climb. Wow.
Good morning, everybody.
Awesome.
Comedian. It was
Hey,
it was pitiful. What was pitiful in
And
2016?
enjoy all it does just for
I
you.
would.
To learn more about the forest and find one near you, go to discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
My job, finances, everything's so crazy. I just want to feel in control. With Sam, I can.
SAM is Smart About Money, a free online resource from the nonprofit National Endowment for Financial Education. Get empowered. Reach your financial goals. Visit SAM.org.
Join Sean Hannity Mondays at 3 p.m. for the Encore Show.
Chinese to Russians don't fear Joe Biden
on News Radio 1440.
This used to be mine and Mango's favorite song. Anyway, good morning to you. Hope that they find you well. Hang it to me, Rod. My son is he's my trouble. That's what you do. Ah, what a great song. What a great song. Anyway, good morning to you. I was going to go to my lesson life thing there, but since somebody's on the phone, I'll go to them first since they're waiting. Good morning. Yes. I'm doing fine. Stay so. Well, you know, it is so okay, see, now see, you're missing the point here. You're missing the point. Nobody cares about. No, wait a minute. They are changing the name. Right, but listen, they're changing the name of one of the most premier military unions in this country. Well, who's doing it? We know. I don't like him, no. But we changed. But we said here. I heard about it. I heard about it. Well, I looked at that too. Maybe they're just not sure what it was. Could have been some cars backfire. Yeah, you know. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what it is. I gotta want to feed them. That's true. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll see if I see if I can get them. Yeah. Yeah, but listen, I take offense to calling it a stand. It is a. Well, I've been looking for it. I've been, ooh, ooh. Man, no, I'm in the middle because the spirit of it is good. It brings something to this city to talk about besides race. People, to keep people here. But it wasn't for black folks, you know what? It's for people who like to get on the water. No, but I don't think it's for white folks. It's for people who want to participate in that activity. White folks. I don't know. But listen, we'll go downtown to the Biscuits basement. Wait a minute. We'll spend $50 at the Biscuits baseball stadium on a couple hot dogs in the building. But whatever, we still spend the money though. Well, I don't know why they didn't. Maybe they need to play a little better. You know. No, 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 no. But even that's good for. But that's good. But that's still been a good thing for my government. It really has. Yeah, I'll let you. I'll make sure. I'll send you the. Right. Well, Doug know how to fix it. Yeah, yeah, he know how to fix it. Yeah, we did. Yeah, yeah. Okay. I couldn't tell you, but it's gonna work out. It is going to work out. Right. Of course, I got the ability to do it. If I think it's relevant, I'll ask the question. If I don't think it's well, now how do you know I don't get invited to the Christmas party? So you don't know. Matter of fact, I get invited to the Montgomery Country Club. Yeah. You know, listen. So I don't know where I get invited to. I just don't tell all my business on the radio. Come on, man. I be rolling with the big dogs. As a matter of fact, I keep hearing this rumor about somebody running against the mayor, and the name I don't know it officially, so I'm not going to put it on the air. But we'll find out if it's true or not. We'll see. I mean, everybody needs a little competition. But I don't know if it's not. Anyway, when we come back, when we start the show up next hour, it's going to be lessons of life and word of the day, and then we'll be one. Because I forgot to do it the first hour. So did it another day. 7:56 in the morning. Good morning. Who's this? Yes. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, we got some issues. No, no. But we need people like that too. To kind of stir the pot up a little bit there, and maybe we'll find out some things we didn't know. I don't know. Robert White. Well, he's on point. Well, I mean, he comes from one side. He's on point to a certain perspective, but he has a right to his perspective. I don't really want to agree. He's smarter than I am, but I do got a little common sense. I've lived a couple of years, so I've seen some things. Yeah, listen, yeah, he does it sometimes. I love to have my pride. I mean, because the conversation is great. The conversation is great. Yeah, yeah. Mm. If that's what he wants, yeah, once a month, something like that. That's no problem. I'll see. Yeah, I do. I got everybody on speed dial, except the governor. Can't keep the governor on speed dial. All right, but I'll ask him if he wants to do it. I ain't got the governor's number on speed dial. I got everybody else, but I don't have the governor. They keep blocking a brother down. I know she got a cell phone, but every time she got a press conference, I see her with it. But can somebody get me the governor's, cell phone so I can call her up? I just want to, at least I don't call her grandma on them funny names that them other shows do. She's the governor. And, the good Lord says, give honor to whom honor is due. You don't have to agree with them. You got to give honor for what they do. I'm just saying. I might want to think about that. Oh, man, time's up. We'll be back.
News Radio 40.
We are already aware of gun violence. Well, I need to be aware of it. I can't help but being aware of it. Being aware of it here and every day. Ah, 36 people dead. Come on.
CBS News on the road, presented by Deep. I'm Monica Brooks in New York. People Washington, D.C. are still talking about yesterday's big sonic boom caused by F-16 fighter jets. They were racing to rein in a small plane that was flying out of control and eventually crashed in Virginia. CBS's Jeff Days is there.
The plane was registered to a Florida-based company owned by John and Barbara Rumpel. Speaking to the New York Times, John Rumpel said that his daughter, 2-year-old granddaughter, the nanny, and the pilot were aboard the plane. And in a post on her Facebook page appearing to belong to Barbara Rumpel, she wrote, "My family is gone. My daughter and granddaughter."
The NTSB said the press this morning looking into what happened. Republican presidential candidate Nikki Haley talked to CBS Mornings today after her big town hall yesterday in Iowa. One of the biggest topics was abortion.
I am unapologetically pro-life, but it's a very personal issue. I'm pro-life because my husband was adopted. I'm pro-life because I had trouble having my children. And what I think we need to do is understand everybody has a story. I don't judge people for being pro-choice any more than I want them to judge me for being pro-life.
Haley also tackled tough questions on veterans' health care and border security. Gun violence is considered a serious public health threat in the U.S., but teachers are reportedly split about packing heat in class. CBS's Ashley Martinez explains.
Rand Corporation survey finds 1 in 5 teachers say they would be interested in carrying a gun to school. 20% believe teachers carrying a gun would make school safer, but 54% believes armed teachers would make schools less safe.
Texas police said one person died in a shooting while getting a haircut at a mall yesterday in San Antonio. Whitney Roundtree took cover with her daughter.
We were just in the store and all of a sudden everybody started running and they said there's a shooter and we're going to lock it down. And so at that point we were just escorted to the back of the store and prayed for safety.
Police say this was a targeted attack. More schoolgirls are getting poisoned overseas. For CBS's Candy reporting,
Afghan police say 60 girls are hospitalized after being poisoned at their school in northern Afghanistan. This is the latest in a string of such incidents there. There have also been similar incidents in neighboring Iran, in which more than 13,000 mostly female students have been sick since November.
25 strikes and then you're out. At least in Germany, where a court just gave an 82-year-old man his very last warning to avoid jail time for dealing drugs. Grandpa's got 24 prior convictions, mostly for selling weed. He told the judge he just wanted to improve his pension. This is CBS News.
Hiring is a lot easier with Indeed. Their powerful platform makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates all in the same place. Visit Indeed.com/credit. Wesley is a truck driver. A truck driver. IRS troubles. Got really bad. One sleepless night, Wesley finally made a call to Optima Tax Relief at 2 a.m. He found just what he was looking for.
A team of people that know what they're doing. They know what they're doing.
Optima Tax Relief came through with flying colors.
I say they're incredible. I'm happy going to come place. I would absolutely ever go.
Take Wesley's advice.
If you're in any kind of trouble with the IRS, call Optima Tax Relief. Don't trust anybody else.
Call Optima for a free consultation. Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. Optima Tax Relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
New Zealand awarded its former prime minister one of the country's highest honors. Reporter Scott Maiman explains.
Jacinda Ardern is being honoured as a Dame.
I feel very lucky.
That's a response to her work as Prime Minister during the COVID pandemic and the Christchurch terror attack. In an emotional TV interview, she was humbled.
Thank you.
Dame Jacinda resigned just months ago as the New Zealand Prime Minister after 6 years in office. Scott Maiman for CBS News, Canberra, Australia.
Apple is reportedly set to unveil a long-rumored VR headset at its annual developers conference today. The company is also likely to discuss some other products and software during that event. I'm Brooklyn, and only Spider-Man. And Spider-Man's back on top of the box office. Across the Spider-Verse made just over $120 million in its weekend debut. That's more than triple what the original film made back in 2018. Monica Ricks, CBS News.
And Simply Safe with winning security to every inch of your home. It's easy to set up yourself, and now there's Next, we'll do it for you with Simply Safe Phone Credit. Always protecting you.
Easy like Sunday morning.
Professional monitoring for less than $1 a day. Get 20% off any everyone exit. There's no safe, no Simply Safe.
Got your back. Real humans are here to help you every step of the way, making sure everything goes right. Even behind the scenes, watching Ellie, confirming and double confirming with the rest of us that everything is on track. Is it? Thanks for calling Indicator. Call us anytime, day or night, and we'll answer in seconds. We're right here with 100,000 restaurants working hard to ensure the food arrives on time and delivered. Order 24/7 at indicator.com. Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare cancellation guide absolutely free.
Call 800-909-4747, 800-909-4747, 800-909-4747. Next up, Straight Talk from God. Ever notice that saying no offense is offensive? No offense, but you're overpaying for your wireless. See? Offensive. That's the Straight Talk Docket. Get limited plans for $35 a month from Straight Talk, America's most reliable IP network. Available at Walmart and Walmart.com. And the $35 plan, 15 GB data, completion speed. Refer to the latest terms at Straight.com. Based on the placement of the contract, assessment of 120 not an endorsement.
We designed security. It's easy to set up yourself, and there's an even easier option. Next, we'll do it for you with Simply Safe Phone. Always protected, never a cost. We're using for attention. That's our 20% professional monitoring for less than $1. 20% off any receipt. /radio. There's no fee. Replacement.
But simply saying,
Thanks for calling. Time. Right. The food arrives on time.
It's all too obvious. We're being let down by the institutions we used to trust. American families are talking about a future of food shortages, banks failing, society breaking down, and what seems like the setup for the apocalypse. Instead of throwing up their hands, groups are leaning into self-reliance, investing in emergency food storage now more than ever. And My Patriot Supply, the nation's largest emergency preparedness company, has made it easier than ever for you to have peace of mind knowing you're prepared. Best-selling 3-month emergency food kit. You get tasty breakfast, lunches, and dinner, averaging over 2,000 calories per day. Get at least one food kit for each family member. For a limited time, save $200 plus get free shipping. 3-month emergency food kits. PatriotSupply.com. It's time to prepare for what we all know is coming. Go to MyPatriotSupply.com now. MyPatriotSupply.com. You're smart, witty, and it's Mark Levin this afternoon at 5 p.m. on News Radio 1440.
oh yeah. All righty then, whatever that means. Well, it's so fun. What is it? Good. It is 8:10 in the morning, and let me go to what I normally do early in the morning, but I kind of skipped it today for some reason. I get that some reason. Anyway, well, we do two things. First thing, if you don't listen early in the morning, in the 6 o'clock hour, we do really what's called a lesson of life, things that you learn by living. Okay, and we give you a word of the day. Now, I know school is out, and so the word of the day is really that important. I try to get at the young folks, the ones who actually have to be in the car with their dad and mom who are headed to school. But anyway. The word of the day means to gather something such as information bit by bit, to pick over in search of relevant material. What is the word? The word is glean, Glean. To glean something means to gather something such as information bit by bit by bit, and to pick over in search of relevant material. Okay? It's like when your dog kind of like eats something that he shouldn't be eating, that belongs to you. So you have to walk the dog a little bit later on, and you got to sit there and watch him while he does his business. And then you got to go into the business and glean it. You got to find that rain out of there. Okay? Or that, something. That's called gleaning. Okay? Now, hopefully that doesn't happen to you, but I've actually known it to happen to somebody. The dog ate the ring, and they had to wait till the dog let go of the ring. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Anyway, and today, I'm coming out of the house and somebody walking the dog, but they didn't have a Cooper scooper. So when I run for city council, ladies and gentlemen, my main platform would be everybody who's walking their ugly dog down the street without a Cooper scooper, it's a $25 fine. Okay? Pick up your dog's own mess. And I know it bothers me. You can let your dog hump his leg on my grass and drop his load. That just absolutely hurts me. Okay? I'm just saying. So the law will be when Elkins becomes mayor, to everybody in this town who walks their ugly dog must have a Cooper scooper or a plastic bag with them. We don't care how you get it in the bag. Put it in the bag, take it home, put it in your garbage. Okay. Does anybody out there possibly disagree with that? I mean, what makes people think they can walk their dog, hike their dog ugly leg up in my yard? Okay, I don't mind if the dog puts a little water on the grass. That's cool. Okay, but to drop his business on my grass and just walk away from it, I don't think so. If I ever catch somebody doing it, I'm gonna throw it at him. Okay, I don't think they're gonna fight or not. But anyway, I'm sorry. I just think it is the height of insensitivity and insult to let your dog bend over and drop his business in my yard. I just, if I ever go to jail for anything in this city, that's what it's going to be about. That's right. I'm gonna tase the dog when he bends over and the owner. I'll get 2 for 1. Like in the South, we call that a twofer. Okay, I'm just saying, it's gonna happen. And you can hear about it on Channel 12 and Channel 8 and all over town. I know. But somebody's got to make a difference around here. Don't bring your ugly dog to my yard and drop the business. Now, what is the lesson of life today? Well, the lesson of life today is this. These are the things you learn by living. You can hear about them, but you'll never learn them until you have lived them. And today is the one I use sometimes. I've often heard people say, you got to earn respect. My perspective is a little different. I don't think you have to earn respect. I think you have to lose respect. The default for you computer folks, that means what we go to without effort is the default. The default is automatically giving people respect. They don't have to earn it. They can lose it, but they don't have to earn it. So the lesson of life today is this. You must show respect even to people who you feel don't deserve it, not as a reflection of their character, but as a reflection of yours. Okay? So this stuff about you have to earn respect. No, you don't. You can only lose it. By default, It is our job as one human being to another to respect those people, whoever it is. Yeah. So, yes, sir. Somebody said we're gonna have watchdog. We're gonna have watchdog Dawson and Kevin the Pooper Scooper Elkins. That's right. I'm gonna run. That's what I'm gonna do. Anyway, so it is June the 5th. On this day in 2004, believe it or not, we can't remember, Ronald Wilson Reagan, who I still say the 40th president of the United States, I still say one of the greatest presidents Nathan's ever seen, died in Los Angeles at the age of 93. He had a long struggle with Alzheimer's disease. 1794, Congress passed a Neutrality Act, which prohibited Americans from taking part in any military action against a country that was at peace with the United States. 1917, 10 million Americans, men between the ages of 21 and 31, began registering for the draft for World War I. Also on this day in 1947, Secretary of State George C. Marshall gave a speech at Harvard University which outlined the aid program for Europe, which came to be known as the Marshall Plan. Now they forgot LA, they forgot the blue side. 1950, the U.S. Supreme Court, Henderson versus the United States, struck down racially segregated railroad dining car. They may have struck it down on paper, but they can't make people to interact. 1963 was the year Britain's Secretary of State of War, John Profumo, resigned after acknowledging an affair with a call girl, Christine Keeler. Now you get away with no problem. Who also was involved with a Soviet spy and lying to Parliament about it. 1967 was the year the war erupted in the Middle East on this day, as Israel, anticipating a possible attack by Arab leaders, launched a series of preemptive airstrikes that destroyed nearly the entire Egyptian Air Force. Syria, Jordan, and Iraq immediately entered the conflict. The year was 1968. Senator Robert F. Kennedy was shot and mortally wounded after claiming victory in California Democratic presidential primary at the Ambassador Hotel in Los Angeles. Assassin Sirhan Bashara Sirhan was arrested at the scene. 1976, on this day, 14 people were killed when a Teton Dam in Idaho burst. 1981, where was I in 81? Yeah, in 81, okay, this is Germany. I was at Fort Lewis. Okay, that's what it was. The Centers for Disease Control reported that 5 homosexuals in Los Angeles had come down with a rare kind of pneumonia. That they were the first recognized case what would become known as AIDS. Year 2002, Magic Johnson was introduced as a member of the 2002 class selected to the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame. In 2013, U.S. Army Staff Sergeant Robert Bell, accused of killing 16 Afghan citizens, many of them sleepy women and children, pleaded guilty to murder at Joint Base Lewis McChord in Washington State. To avoid the death penalty, he was sentenced to life. And 14 years ago, President Barack Obama, while visiting Germany, became the first U.S. president to tour a Buchenwald concentration camp, where he honored the 56,000 who died at the hands of Nazi and ex-CIA operatives. Watergate burglar Bernard Barker died in his suburban home in Miami at the age of 92. 9 years ago, President Barack Obama said that he absolutely makes no apologies for seeking to release Sergeant Bergdahl in a prisoner swap with the Taliban, vigorously defending the exchange that caused controversy. I said, let him stay over there. But that's just me. 5 years ago, fashion designer Kate Spade, known for her sleek handbag, was found dead in her Park Avenue apartment in New York, and what was medically examined and determined was a suicide by hanging. She was 55. Yeah. After it became clear that most players on the Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles weren't going to show up, President Trump gave the boot to White House ceremony for the team, instead through his own brief celebration of America. Former TV mogul Harvey Weinstein, of course, pleaded not guilty. And of course, we know how that all worked out. But that's just some of the things that happened on this day. Now, today we celebrate World Environment Day. Don't know what that means, but we're going with it. Constitution Day. Okay, we good. Remember that. Holy Spirit Monday. Hot Air Balloon Day. International Day of Fight Against Illegal, Unreported, and Unregulated Fishing. I still can't figure out why we got to get a license to fish. I mean, man didn't put the fish in the ocean. Lord did. They didn't put the fish in the thing. Now, unless it's a private pond, I'm with you. But, come on. So we got to get a license to get something to eat? Fish? Come on, man. The fish ain't complaining. Anyway, move right along. International Day of Fight Against Illegal, Unreported, and Unregulated Fish. I already told you that. June Bank Holiday. National Gingerbread Day. I don't know what that's all about, but okay. Oh, but if your name is Janet or your name is Jenny, today is your day. And Joyce. So we got Janet, Jenny, and Joyce. Today is the day we celebrate those three J names. Okay? National Lincoln Loud Day. National Veggie Burger Day. I'm not eating any hamburger that's made out of vegetables. If I want to eat vegetables, I get them in a can, put them in the thing. No, I want a burger. I want some meat on it, real meat, not the fake meat. There's certain restaurants around here sometimes. I think they using fake meat. I don't, they don't taste like it. Orthodox Pentecost Monday. Sausage Roll Day. I like sausage roll. Yeah. Jimmy Dean. Yeah. Also, we gotta watch out for that sausage. From a mixture of chopped meat and seasoning stuffed with delicious tasting comes flavorful sausage roll. As long as it's real meat in it, I'm good. And here's something that we all can learn something from. Today is Thank You Day. It's a day of gratitude and appreciation for the unsung heroes of our community. So today, take a little time to say thank you. Okay? So that's what day it is today. And again, it's almost not even news anymore. But over the weekend, a man sustained life-threatening injuries following a shooting Saturday evening, according to the Montgomery Police Department. They said Saturday around 7:19 p.m. Units responded to a local hospital in reference to a walk-in shotgun victim. Now here's one right here. I'm trying. Oh, no. When I come back, I'll tell you that. I don't understand this issue right here. Okay? I don't understand this, but when we get back, I'll tell you what my issue is, and then you can tell me if you understand it. We'll be back.
SFA First Alert Weather Forecast on News Radio 1440.
This report is sponsored by Window World River Region. Increase home value and decrease energy bills. Windows, siding, doors, and more from your local home window world. In the industry's longest lifetime energy warranty. Search Window World River Region today.
Early morning, kickoff in an upper 60, so mild and a little muggy. Afternoon highs climb to at least 90 for most towns each and every day. So a lot of you find your way to the low 90s during the hottest hours of each and every afternoon. And that's Monday through Friday. We've got a large side cloud with mountain shower of storms each day due to a combination of afternoon heat and humidity. Gonna rain all day, no rain on everyone. Don't be caught off guard if you get hit with this shower. And that's your first alert forecast. I'm WSFA meteorologist Amanda Curran on News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch Traffic, brought to you by Sons Automotive, family owned, family driven, on News Radio 1440.
Registration for fall classes going on now at Spring State. This is the time to get your financial aid in order. Change your life back from State. They stop small work. Buckle up. It's the love from Montgomery Skywatch Traffic. This is Major Delay.
Listen to News Radio 1440 at work. At home through your Alexa or Google smart home device. Depending on News Radio 1440.
Hey folks, yes, and it's all sensitive information. We have an exciting news. We're offering a sale at Press Gallery. And more highlight limited, more interesting. Check out
tired all the time.
My son had a full-blown asthma attack. You don't know it.
You can sometimes think that some symptoms
I feel fever. It was terrible pain.
you don't always what was causing it. It was Lyme disease.
And it took me. I had left my eye about it. And when I spit it, you had a reaction to the challenge.
Threats to your health can come from unexpected places. With effects, visit pestcontrol.org. A public service message from the National Pest Management Association.
Summer's here. Temperatures are soaring, and unfortunately, so is the risk of developing skin cancer. The sun's harmful ultraviolet rays can damage your skin if it's not protected properly. So when you're out in the sun this summer, make sure that you're
This is Steve at Madison Lifestyle House. For more information, visit our website www.alabamapublichealth.gov.
Did you know that Alabama allows child tests and vaccinated in 2 weeks? This is technically called the community journey. Rabies vaccination not only prevents mouths and cuts from jumping lines, also reduces the risk of the unintended exposed by unvaccinated pets. This will protect you, your family, and your pets from vaccinated people.
brought to you by the Alabama Department of Health Administration.
The Pioneering Community Here's Live this afternoon at 2 p.m. on News Radio 1440.
All right, good morning, everybody. Hope your day is fine. Well, it's 8:28 in the morning. I'm feeling pretty good. Hope you are too. I had a good night's sleep last night, which is weird. I'm trying to figure out how to sleep like 9 hours straight. Okay, now it's probably sleep that long. Anyway, good morning to you. I always drink water instead of milk. I wonder, can you drink too much milk? I think about 2 gallons of milk a week. That's probably too much milk, right? Is there any disadvantage to drinking a lot of milk? I'm just asking the question because I really want to know. Really, 2 gallons of milk may be a little too much milk for a whole gallon. I'm just thinking. Everybody can, if you drink milk, I'm anti-lactic or whatever else. Lactic, lactases, or they got something. I don't know what it is. I can't handle milk. I'm tough. I'm tough. I can handle it. I can handle it. Milk's good for you. Good for you. 8:29 okay. Now here is in fact the issue that I'm concerned about. I'm not really that concerned about it because there's little we can do about it. Well, there's things we do, but Montgomery hosts events to raise awareness of gun violence. Now listen, okay, I feel it. I know what you mean. But really, I mean, seriously, y'all actually think we need an event that make us aware of gun violence? We got an event of gun violence just about every day in Montgomery, Alabama. So are we really spending money for this so you can make us awareness of gun violence? Really? Is this what the OPP got to do? The OPD? Really? Really? They don't think we know about gun violence already? Really? Seriously? Okay. More than 35, we got 36 homicides now have happened in Montgomery the first 6 months of 2023. The Office of Prevention of Violence or Violence Prevention, they don't really believe that we're not aware of gun violence in the city of Montgomery. Now, what we want to know, since we're paying $250,000 line out for this department, what the hell can you do about it? Nothing. Not a thing. Okay? No, you can't do anything about it. And we do that. I knew that going into the Office of Violence couldn't do nothing about this. Okay, so it's a holistic approach to what's going on in our community, and we need to. I got to tell you, I believe we may not, we may have the wrong generation here, but I believe we need to start getting harder on fathers and mothers, especially fathers. Okay, seriously, and if the mama don't know what the dad is, put her in jail. Okay, so at least get it. So, ladies and gentlemen, okay, ladies. Get the social security number before you do anything with it. Just get the social security number, and that way, if he skips out of Dodge, if he gets you impregnated, at least you can find that son of a gun if he gets a job someplace. If you don't get social security number, tell him no, no, not only no, but hell. I'm just saying, we got to stop this making babies walking away from it. Okay? And then mama whining about I'm a single mother. Well, you did it. I mean, hey, there's Nancy Reagan said, just say no. I'm just saying, because we can't help these people who are already up in their ages now. But you know what? We need to start holding men and mothers more accountable for the actions of their child. Anybody under 18 years old. At 18, hey, you get to go to jail all by yourself. Okay? You get to go to jail all by yourself. But up to that point, parents are responsible. And I just think it's time that we stop some of this. And if you can't find the daddy, you got that social security number. He gonna show up sooner or later. Get that social security number. Say, hey, listen, and brothers, you need to get an ID for these old ladies. Make sure they're old enough. I'm just saying. So get the SSN number, ladies, before you decide to indulge in, shall we say, extracurricular activities. I'm just saying. That way, if the brother hops and leaves the belt, if he hops up and says, I don't know you, okay, you know who you with. Let's get that social security number. Okay? I'm just saying. You might want to do that. All righty then. Good morning. Who's this? Yes, sir. Good morning. Yeah, I did. I don't do PT, but 3 days a week now. Well, you could go. Yeah. My mind changed. That's what we paying for that Office of Violence Prevention. To see it. Mm. Mm-hmm. But that's on us. That's not on them. That's, I know, but that's on. Yeah, I do. It's on us to go ahead and do this crap. I don't care if they want to. I don't care if they want to fill the jails up or not. We don't have to do it. And happy birthday. We don't need them. No, that ain't gonna stop it either. We got plenty of money. That ain't gonna stop it either. I'm just sorry. It's about fathers. It's about fathers getting involved with their boys. It is. And he made fathers, and he made fathers too. They ain't did it. Never done it. I mean, we've been hearing this for years. We've been hearing the same story for years, and it hadn't stopped. 30 years, 32 years gives me a lot of experience in Montgomery. It's the same thing around the whole nation, Reverend Sankey. It's the same thing. But it's the same thing. Yeah. Mm. It's daddies. I don't care what you say. It's fathers. I love to have them. I love to have them. I love to have them. Yes, I would. Yeah. Okay. Well, some of them are facts and some of them are opinion. Well, listen, that's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. Well, yeah. No, to have a conversation. That's it. Yeah. All right. I gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta go because I really some time. Let me take another call. Good morning. Who's this? Morning. No. Mm. They did. They have. Mm. Mm. It's just terrible. Yeah. no discipline. I mean, they don't believe in discipline. They just don't believe it. Yeah, yeah. I appreciate it. I mean, we are. Our school system does not believe in discipline. A bunch of women running it. I love them all, but I'm sorry. We got a bunch of women on the board, but we got a male guy who's running. But he does exactly as he's supposed to do, exactly the policies and procedures that they put out. But they just don't believe in discipline, and it takes the whole circle. Okay, I mean they just don't believe in discipline. We don't believe in valid. We don't want to send them home. Somebody got to educate. I don't want. I listen. I don't want him that person educated in with my child. I don't. I mean, put him in farm school or some other school, whatever it is they get. I don't want him there. I apologize. I don't. I don't care what his excuse is. I don't care if you can't find daddy, single parent. I don't care. Everybody got a story. My mom was a single parent. Yes, 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 yes. What we didn't do. We didn't, we didn't go around raising hell in school, and we didn't do. Anyway, we'll be back right after this. 8:42 in the morning. Where does time go? You need it. Right after this. I did you wrong. My heart went out to play. But in the game, I lost you.
and a weekend. No dark theme required. We also have polos, tees, henleys, and even shorts. Find the perfect Father's Day gift.
Listen, I take care of my kids. I ain't got time to take care of everybody else. I take care of mine.
Telling it like it
Can't
really
take care of everybody
is.
else's kids. I want to do
The
it,
Dan Bongino Show.
but I'm working on
From
some
11
things.
to 2
I'm working on
on
some
News
things.
Radio 1440.
Alrighty then. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh yeah, great son. Little Smokey. I can't believe Smokey. I'm 81, 82 years old and still crooning. That's right. That's I hope I can do that. Sing it to me, Smokey. All right then. I don't want to play it. I get all excited up and watch this Smokey do this song. So we're gonna just go going back to the phone. Hey, good morning. Who's this? Hello. Yes. Doing. Well, I disagree with some of the premises. Right. I mean, well, I can't exactly. I have to go back and listen to the tape, but but then again, I'm contrary. I'm contrary most of the time. Listen. I try to. Right. But here's what I do. I'm trying to well, but I'm trying to unshackle us from the past. Yeah. Mm. That's what it says. Right. No, not to me. Okay. Now let me right. Let me express. My thing has been if you say to me, I believe I'm a woman. I won't argue with you. No. Hold on. Just let me finish. Wait a minute. Let me finish, and I'll let you finish. If you tell me that you think you're a woman, I got no problem with that because that's your brain. But if you tell me that you are a woman, then we got a problem. But if you say I think I'm one, hey, that's your brain. Mm-hmm. 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 And what you've experienced. Yeah, right. Let me ask you a let me ask you a question right quick because I don't have a whole lot of time. Let me ask you a question. Do you believe? Do you? I'm gonna get to it. Do you believe that the contents out of our higher institutions of learning today are far better than it were 40 years ago, or far worse? I just asked you what, but it does. It's the information that you are delivering. I've been exposed to quite a few things. Well, and again though, yeah. I've heard of it. I haven't read it. But there's a system to everything, my friend. Ants have a system. No, but ants, we all got to. Yes, I can. And not at all. It's a partnership. It's a partnership between parents and the school system. Okay. Well, if you, yeah, yeah. Hmm. So, so let me ask you a question. This is just a simple question. If the system, if the system, if the system was inherently predatory toward a group of people, why is it that some of those people that are part of that group succeed? Then that's what we all have to do. That's what we all have to do. Right. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. But just about everybody, and I hear you, but just about everybody that's born with breath has to fight through something in his life. Okay. Well, listen. Let me go to another call because I'm running out of time. Yeah, we can continue this later on. Good morning. Who's this? This is he. Well, I don't care who did it. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Donald Trump. He's still a wuss. I think you're wrong about that. I think. Okay. Well, let me do some. Let me see some research in that. Well, I'm not. Okay. Yeah, I hear you. Let me look that up, and we gonna see it. Listen, I'm running out of time, man. Y'all now y'all calling when I'm we're out here. Good morning. You on there? Mm-hmm. Mm. Okay. All right. All right. Appreciate me, Dave. I got to take another call because I'm running out of time. Good morning. Who's this? Yeah. Okay. Hey, my time's up, and it looks like to me the naming commission, which was established by Congress in 2021. Who's president in 2021? Wasn't that Biden? That's what I thought. All right then. That's what I thought. All right, I gotta go. Don't have time. That's what I thought. Yeah, I don't think it was Trump. Trump doesn't seem to be his personality to change military bases who have a storied history in America. And to rename Fort Bragg and Fort Benning is an insult to me, to everybody. We don't give a crap who they name after. That's where we grew up at. Anyway, time's up. We'll check you tomorrow. If the Lord says the same. And have a great day.
WSFA 12 News Update on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, I'm Jed Davis. Here's what's happening in the news on this Monday. As we begin National Gun Violence Awareness Week, Montgomery police are investigating two weekend shootings.
Y'all think we don't know that we're getting shot at around here?
Saturday
I hear
night
you.
at University Drive near South Union Street. Police say 28-year-old Donald Bell was shot and later pronounced dead at the scene. No word on a suspect or a motive. The second shooting happened Sunday night on Michael Street. That's not far from the city of St. Jude and West Fairview Avenue. Police said the victim drove himself to the hospital with a life-threatening wound. No word on his condition or any suspects. So far, there have been 36 homicides in the city of Montgomery this year. Some sports news this morning. The Alabama Crimson Tide baseball team is moving on. The Tide won its regional tournament early this morning, knocking out Boston College 8-0. The Tide will take on number 1 seed Wake Forest later this week, and the winner of that 3-game series moves on to the College World Series in Omaha, Nebraska. That's your news on this Monday. I'm Jed Davis for WSFA 12 News.
News Radio 1440 is WLWI AM and 95.1 HD3 FM of Montgomery, a Cumulus media station.
At Simply Safe, we design award-winning security to protect every inch of your home. It's easy to set up yourself, and now there's an even easier option. Have an expert do it for you with Simply Safe Pro Install. Always protecting, never a contract. 2 easy installation options, backed by 24/7 professional monitoring for less than $1 a day. Get 20% off any new system with Fast Protect monitoring at simplysafe.com/radio. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
When you order food for work on easycater.com, we've got your back. Real humans are here to help with your order every step of the way, making sure everything goes right, even behind the scenes without you knowing, confirming and double confirming with the restaurant that everything is on track. If there's a problem, thanks for calling easycater. Call us anytime, day or night, and we'll answer in seconds. We're right here with 100,000 restaurants, working hard to ensure the food arrives on time and is ordered. Order 24/7 at easycater.com.
Your WSFA First Alert weather forecast on News Radio 1440.
Early mornings kick off in the mid and upper 60s, so mild and a little muggy. Afternoon highs climb to at least 90 for most towns each and every day, but a lot of you find your way to the low 90s during the hottest hours of each and every afternoon, and that's Monday through Friday, with about a 1 in 5 shot of a passing shower or storm each day due to the combination of afternoon heat and humidity. Doesn't rain all day, doesn't rain on everyone, but don't be caught off guard if you see a quick moving shower. And that's your First Alert forecast. I'm WSFA meteorologist Amanda Curran on News Radio 1440.
While on your way to work tomorrow morning, join Kevin Elkins at 6 for Decisions. News Radio 1440. Depend on it.
Wide effort to track health across much of the globe. It would expand digitized international vaccination cards and will be aimed at protecting people from health threats, including possible future pandemics, and allow countries to track certain health issues.
That's CBS's Kimmy McCormick.
We have one more thing.
The one thing Apple's focused on today, virtual reality. The company's reportedly set to unveil a new VR headset at its annual developers conference, which could be another milestone notch in its gaming tech. And Twitter's not exactly thriving since Elon Musk took over. In fact, according to the New York Times, ad sales this spring are down 59% for the platform compared to this same time last year. Current and former employees are reportedly worried that advertisers are bailing over an increase in hate speech and pornography on the platform. There's also been a surge in ads for weed products and online gambling. Its new CEO takes over today. This is CBS News.
Need hires who dazzle without the hassle? You need Indeed. Their powerful platform helps you attract, interview, and hire candidates all in one place. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Have you Googled yourself lately?
No.
Are there negative posts from an ex-employee or from a former client? Maybe an outdated news article or sensitive personal information about your family?